We just had our first women's college basketball Sunday, and it was amazing. Here are my 4 kind of 5-ish takeaways. First one is UConn's winning it all. I mean, UConn is winning it all, and Paige is the best player in the whole country. I mean, I feel like it's not even a question at this moment. She had 19 points in the first half, with 9 to 10 total, and the way she took over the game, it's clear that Paige does not have to be playing on this level. Like, there was one play where she just shot a 3 in another girl's face. Why? Because she can, and she's Paige, and she's gonna make it. I mean, this game is way too easy for her, and the team around her too. That is what's making UConn special this year. I mean, they really need to stay healthy, because Sarah Strong is looking good. She had 13 points. I think she needs a little bit more touches, but I mean, she's looking great. Her defense is so good. Her hands are just so fast. Blocks, the steals, so good. My biggest question for UConn is who's going to be their secondary scorer? I was really impressed with Ashley Shea today. She dropped 15 and she seemed comfortable. She was getting to her spots on offense, do a little crossover, go off the pick and roll, shoot a long 2. She loves the mid-range around that free throw line extended, and she's so good from there. And she was it looked like she was hitting her groove. And that's what we're really going to need, because when teams key on Paige, even though Paige is unstoppable, teams are going to key on Paige. And what you don't want is for UConn to be trying to force the ball to Paige, which is something they have done in the past 3 years. And if someone like Shade can become a scorer, like an off-the-dribble scorer to take the pressure off of them, then UConn's unstoppable. I mean, completely unstoppable. The other people we look for are obviously Strong, who I talked about earlier. She's doing really well. She's playing really good. But she's not handling the ball very often. It's normally passes going into her. And then Caitlin Chin. There was one time where she did it. She brought the ball up and then went straight into a drive, crossover, and took a 2-pointer right from inside the free throw line. And if she can do that, or if Shade can do that, or if Strong can do that, then yeah, UConn's winning it all. The one thing that was the one thing that gave me a little bit of pause was their point of attack defense, especially at the beginning of the game. They were letting UCF get far too much pressure inside. It seemed like in the second half they fixed it. Also, KK was in, and she's a good point of attack defender, but they can't let teams get that much penetration on them, because it was not working. And then shout out to Morgan Shelley. I mean, she went 2 of 2 from 3. She can come in, be a big guard, 6'1", and make some threes. I mean, that's all they need. That's UConn's winning it all. I don't know how many times you need me to say it. UConn's winning it all. But South Carolina also played today. And yeah, I mean, South Carolina is good. South Carolina is definitely still South Carolina, especially with Ashley Watkins. Ashley Watkins made a huge difference. Just having that imposing presence in the post to deter drives is really night and day. They won. It was looking like they were struggling at the beginning, but Dawn's magic, freaking Looney Tunes Space Jam juice that she gives them during halftime, and they came back out and they ended up doing well, winning the game. For Wiley, I am still not sure why she's starting. I get that sometimes the offense is flowing, and it's kind of nice to be able to just inject her in when the offense stops flowing. But she's so good. I want to see her getting minutes. I want to see the highlights. I am a fan, and I wish she could start. But South Carolina is good. They played against NC State, a good team, and they really shut them down. Sanaya Rivers, I think, was 1 of 7. Asia James didn't shoot that well either. Shout out to Zay. She wasn't very efficient, but she got 14 points. Samara Jones, she's gonna be good. Also, nobody scored as much as Silas Scored. Nobody from NC State scored as many points as Silas scored the last game, 27, which is still insane. And Silas dropped 20 in 3 quarters in her most recent game for Michigan. So Silas Scored was freshman of the year, top 10 player. I'm still on it. I might be wrong, but top 10 player in college basketball right now. That's how it sorts. Okay, Texas had their first game. Texas had their first game of the season and proceeded to drop 119 points. Oh man, I don't even know who it was against. It was against, I think it was against Southeastern State, Missouri State or something. I don't know. It wasn't a great team. But 119 to 47 is insane. Rory Harmon had 10 points and 7 assists. Madison Booker had 18 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. So it's safe to say that neither of them are going to be missing any steps here. Both of them are ready to play, and 119 points is a lot of points to put up. A lot of points to put up in your first game. And that number 4 spot that Texas has looks like it needs to get bumped up. To be honest, overreaction. Even though I did not watch the game, I don't know. I think Texas might be a little bit better than South Carolina. They're just so long, too. I mean, speaking of long, they picked up a transfer from Miami, Kyla Oldacre. She had 21 and 14, and she's 6'6". So she's backing up Taylor Jones, who's 6'4", who dropped 18, and their smallest starter besides Rory is 6 feet. So they are a tall and long team. They dropped 119 points in the first game. They also had 3 freshmen who held their own. So on top of the already great, tall and long and good team with Madison Booker and Rory Harmon and Taylor Jones, who's been playing at a high level for a while, they added Brianna Preston, who went 5 of 10 for 11 points. They had Justice Carlson go for 8 points at 3 of 4, and then Jordan Lee, who was the highest rated recruit out of them all, went for 6 points. So it looks like they're going to be good this season, and they're going to be good for a lot of seasons to come. They play DePaul next Sunday, and that's their biggest game with an actual opponent coming up, so we'll see how that goes. And then this game wasn't on Sunday. This wasn't today. This was on Friday. It was Oklahoma. Oklahoma beat UVA by 40. I'm not sure how good UVA is going to be. I'm not sure how good Oklahoma is going to be. They're ranked 10 right now. I don't know if that's too high or a little bit too low. But UVA beat another team by 40 this year and dropped 100 points on that team. So for Oklahoma to beat them by 40 is at least a good sign for their defense. And Reagan Beers is just so good. I mean, so good. The level of talent that's happening right now in the league, oh my gosh. Reagan Beers was great last year, but now this is her team. Very clearly her team. And she's even better. She made a 3 this game, her first 3 in a year or something. She's working on extending her range from the basket, whether that's an elbow jumper or just taking it off the bounce, and she's so strong and so quick. There's not a lot of teams that are going to be able to challenge her. Yeah, we'll have to see who Oklahoma plays and see if they're actually as good as they are. But like I said, UVA beat a team by 40. Oklahoma beat them by 40. The one thing that gives me pause on Oklahoma is just their 3-point shooting. I think they shot 8% the first game, 16% the second game, which is not good at all. Only 3 of their players have been 30+% shooters for their career, which is not what you want. What you want with Reagan Beers and that strong of an inside force is for you to have shooters on the outside. And the fact that they don't have any and their shooting in general is pretty bad this year. It's not good. Those are my big takeaways from the week. There are things I watched Iowa. They're looking good. They had some good contributions from the role players. They should definitely be ranked. Lucy Olson, still very good. Her mid-range is unstoppable. She feels very comfortable. She's working on her 3, and she made a couple. I think that's going to be the real thing that's holding them back. I think Iowa needs to shoot better from the 3. They have a lot of driving, but they kind of get clogged up. Honestly, the offense works better than I thought. Without having Caitlin there to just throw the ball to whenever you're in trouble, they have some ball handlers. Taylor McCabe is able to hand it. Kylie Fairbach, thank goodness. I'm so happy she's getting to play, and I'm getting to watch her score. And then UCLA, Lauren Betts dropped 31. I mean, is Lauren Betts going to have to be in, like, you know, the player of the year race? Is that what she's going for? Because I'm pretty sure she dropped almost 30 the other game and now 31 this game. I didn't watch the game, but that's awesome for her. I hope she keeps that up. Still no Kiki Rice. Janiyah Barker only shot 4 shots, which is not enough for somebody who could be a lottery pick this year. Like, I didn't watch the game, right? So I don't know what happened, but she needs to be getting the ball, especially because there's no Kiki Rice. Gabrielle Hawkes didn't play. I don't know what's up with her. I hope she's okay. But yeah, she didn't play, and no Rice, and Janiyah Barker only getting 4 shots is not good. Tamia Gardner, though, is looking like she's fitting in nicely, though. I did not know she was like 6 feet and like a 40% three-point shooter. She needs to be featured more in the offense. Anyway, that's all for today.